Tinubu has been receiving salvos from left, right and center. The trio of Peter Obi, ATIKU El-Rufai can be said to be the main opposition figures in Nigeria today. The other day in an interview, El-Rufai called Tinubu's administration the most corrupt and dishonest government in Nigeria's history. On Peter Obi's side, he told him to come back from France instead of holidaying and vacationing in another country where their leaders have made sure that there is peace, there is virtually no insecurity. Instead of staying there, come back to Nigeria and face governance, especially this time that there have been killings across Nigeria by terrorists. In the space of 1 week, more than 100 people have been massacred. Now, ATIKU Abubakar has joined the fray. In a statement released by ATIKU Abubakar's media aide, Paul Ibe, ATIKU asked Tinubu, when will you declare a state of emergency on your own disastrous presidency? On April 2nd, 2025, Tinubu flew out to France. Had this absurd announcement come just a day earlier, Nigerians would have dismissed it as an April Fool's joke. But sadly, it's no prank, just another insult to a nation pushed to the brink by a presidency that treats its citizens like fools. The official excuse? A so-called working visit. But Nigerians aren't buying the spin. The presidency scrambled to clarify that it wasn't a medical trip. How noble. But even if it's not a medical tourism, what justification is there for gallivanting across Europe while Nigeria bleeds? What kind of leader borrows billions only to blow scarce funds on vanity trips abroad? It's not just irresponsible, it is contemptuous. Let the facts speak for themselves. By the time Tinubu struts back from this latest escapade, he will have racked up a staggering 59 days in France since assuming office. See Paris or die. No, see Paris and abandon your country. While Tinubu dines under chandeliers in the land of good governance, the country he governs is spiraling into chaos. Plateau has turned into a killing field, over 100 lives lost in relentless attacks. Benue is bleeding. Boko Haram is seizing territory, and every single day Nigerians sink deeper into poverty, insecurity and despair. This isn't just negligence, it's dereliction of duty on a catastrophic scale. If Tinubu had even a shred of empathy, he would cut his trip short and return immediately. A leader with an ounce of patriotism wouldn't need to be begged to show up in times of crisis. The Constitution says the security and welfare of the people is the primary purpose of government. But under Tinubu, that sacred duty has been trashed. Let's be honest, there is absolutely nothing Tinubu is doing in France that he couldn't do in Lagos or even in Irabuji. This so-called working visit is nothing more than a vacation cloaked in official jargon. Nigeria is in full-blown state of emergency, not a contrived political emergency like what Tinubu declared in Rivers for partisan gain. This is a national collapse. So when exactly will Tinubu declare a state of emergency on his own disastrous presidency? It's nice that the coalition is taking shape. ATIKU Abubakar gave a hint of what to expect. He talked about very soon they will announce something. We'll hear that in a moment. This coalition is revolving around these three men. El-Rufai and his group under the SDP, ATIKU Abubakar with his group, some part of PDP, and Peter Obi with Labour Party and his obedience. Yes, some part of PDP in the sense that the PDP governors just declared that they are not joining any coalition whatsoever. Not just that, some of the PDP governors are already campaigning for Tinubu. Very, very insensitive, especially coming from Akwa Ibom State Governor, who is of the PDP.
Let me end by assuring our president, our people-loving president, who will complete 8 years, because we are going to stand by him. And this is the truth. He cannot start this work and abandon it. Somebody else may not finish it. Let the hand, Bible says, who is this mountain that is standing before Zerubbabel? The hand that has started this work, that hand shall do what? Shall complete it.
You can't be saying that when the country is facing serious existential crisis right now and you're talking about politics. How can you be talking about supporting someone in 2027, nearly 2 years away? You're talking about it now. Is that the priority? Governance is what people expect from these people in power. But they are all about talking politics, planning ahead once politics is involved. That's what Nigerian politicians are good at. Imagine if they use this energy in planning for development, in planning to be a developed economy in 10 years' time. No. It's all about politics for them. Once they get into office, they deploy all resources to make sure they return to power, to make sure they are re-elected. They don't even care whether they perform in office or not, whether they qualify, whether the people are in agreement with what they are doing in office, whether the people will be able to vote for them. They will start working for the re-election right from the first day in office. Now, if you notice, one person is missing in the opposition. That's Rabiu Kwankwaso and his group in the NNPP. He might have taken a laid-back approach because of what we've continuously analyzed in many videos. What APC is planning to do, or they are doing it already, is trying to entice many northerners by saying, if you support another southern candidate, that means the presidency will stay in the south for 12 years. And once they say this, to many northerners, this is what they consider top priority. They want that power to be on their side. They want to be in power. Whether the person performs or not, just like Buhari, they don't just care. They just want access to that power. So this is what they are banking on. They want to use this to break the opposition. How can you prefer someone that you will not be able to control? You might not be able to control anyone once that person gets to power. So you can't bank on the fact that an agreement was made, even if he signed it or not, that he will only serve for one term. Is it not better to back someone who is constitutionally limited to 2031 and power will move back to the north? This might be the reason why Rabiu Kwankwaso has never used strong words to criticize Tinubu, maybe just once or twice. Also remember, this was the major reason many northerners were against Goodluck Jonathan at the time. They felt injustice that he served the remaining part of Yar'Adua's term. He contested on his own, won election and served out the remaining 4 years, that he shouldn't have contested again, that he should have just packed his bags and left Aso Rock, allowing power to return to the north. That was why they trooped out in massive numbers to vote against him. So once they play this card, there is every possibility that many northerners will fall for it. Not minding that where they have plunged Nigeria today, it will take a miracle to lift Nigeria back to the level where Buhari left it, not to talk of where Goodluck Jonathan left it. So all they care about is just that power. They want to be in control. Whether they use that power to turn around the fortunes of Nigerians or not, they just don't care. Now, let's see what ATIKU Abubakar said when he received many politicians who came to urge him to contest, that they are ready to support him wherever he goes.
And I can't tell anybody. So today I have to come and, submit myself to the Waziri of Nigeria, Waziri Adama, Waziri Africa. Inshallah, come 2027, we are together. Inshallah, I will do my possible best, sir. I will give my 100%, inshallah. Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please don't be, distracted by people giving you pennies or kobos here and there, and nairas here and there, and then abandon your future and the future of your children. Now, because of that, that's why a number of us leaders from the parties I have mentioned, APC, PDP, Labour, and others have come together to say we are going to have what I call in Hausa, as I address in Yola, Sabuwar Tafiya. Sabuwar Tafiya, of course, in English means new path, pathway, new pathway to a new Nigeria. And we have been meeting, and by the grace of God, very soon we will announce that, and we hope and we appeal to you all to be part of this new movement. What we want is good governance. Yes. Whatever vehicle that will give us good governance and the future of our children and grandchildren, that is the vehicle we're going to ride on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much. It's not time to talk too much, so now is for us to get to planning and working together and getting as many Nigerians as possible to get converted, to this sub-war affair. Thank you very much.